Hello and welcome to the another video of Nursing Success Academy. Let's quickly understand the normal CSF flow. So for understanding the normal CSF flow, you should have an idea about the ventricles. So in this picture, you can see we have the anterior view and the lateral view. So anterior view क्या है? If you are viewing from the front, अगर आप आगे से देख रहे हैं, तो you will call it the anterior view. Lateral view means if you are viewing from the side. So in anterior view, you can see this circular structure. It is nothing but the lateral ventricle, and there are two in number. So दो circular structure है, so we have two lateral ventricles. If you move downward, you can see this structure which is called as the third ventricle, which is further leading downwards to the fourth ventricle. So basically we have four ventricles in total. एक fourth ventricle है, एक third ventricle है, and lateral ventricles are two in number, which in total making four ventricles. Next thing you need to understand is about the choroid plexus. So in this image you can see this is the image of the your ventricles. This pink gummy structure is visible over here. It is nothing but the choroid plexus. So choroid plexus is responsible for the formation of the CSF, and one thing you need to understand is choroid plexus is present in all the ventricles. तो हमारे total 4 ventricles हैं, तो 4 ventricles में choroid plexus है और वहां से क्या बनता है आपका CSF बनता है. So CSF flow can better understood by using this image. Here you can see this is the lateral ventricle and this is the front portion, तो known as anterior horn, और जो बैक साइड में होगा that will be called as the posterior horn. यहाँ से your CSF will be flown down towards. Here you can see a structure which is known as interventricular foramen, or also known as foramen of Monro. Foramen of Monro say it will further drained into this structure called the third ventricle, and third ventricle से further drain down through the cerebral aqueduct. Cerebral aqueduct से होते हुए it will reach into the fourth ventricle, and from fourth ventricle the important thing you need to understand is here you can see this small projections. तो ये क्या है? This is nothing but the lateral aperture. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे अगर बैक साइड पे देखोगे you will see the median aperture. So we have two lateral aperture and one median aperture. Lateral aperture is also known as foramen of Lashka, and median aperture is also known as foramen of Magendie. So fourth ventricle से आपका जो CSF है it will further drain down into this lateral aperture and the median aperture, और उससे होते हुए CSF आपका जाएगा subarachnoid space में and further drain down into the venous system. To have better visualization, you can see यहाँ से ये lateral ventricle से it will reach into the third से fourth से further this is the subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid space से it will be drained out into the arachnoid granulation, which is also known as arachnoid villi. Arachnoid villi से it will be drained into the venous system. And you can also memorize by using this flow chart. Here you can see from lateral ventricle through foramen of Monro, the CSF will be drained out into the third ventricle, and from the cerebral aqueduct it will be drained into the fourth ventricle. From fourth ventricle it will further drained into the lateral aperture. We have two lateral apertures also known as foramen of Lashka, and the median aperture which is known as the foramen of Magendie. वहां से drain होके it will further reach into the subarachnoid space. Subarachnoid space में drain down into the venous system. So I hope I have made myself clear. If you have any doubts, you can write down in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.